episode of Convo Corner, where the people are given a platform to speak their mind, what troubles them, and to seek solutions to their questions. I am Meraba Lydia. In today's video, we are going to talk about the reasons why teenage pregnancies are on the rise and the consequences of teen pregnancy. And to help me delve into this topic of the day is my guest. And without further ado, I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello guys, I'm Victorious.
Welcome, Victorious.
Thank you.
So as I've introduced today's video, we're going to talk about teen pregnancy and why teen pregnancies are on the rise and also the consequences of teen pregnancy. So maybe as we start off, so maybe you can give us the first reason why you think like teen pregnancies are on the rise.
I think teen pregnancies are on the rise because of peer pressure. Because maybe you're in your work group and maybe you are talking about how you and your boyfriend are having sex. The other one is talking about the same thing, and so you feel left out. And so when you go and do the sex with your partner, you find that you're pregnant. So peer pressure has really contributed. Or at some point you find that your friend has conceived. Your other friend has conceived.
So you're like you're feeling like you're left out.
Also let me conceive.
At least to fit in or something.
At least to fit in to your crowd. So I think so peer pressure has really imechangia.
Okay. So another thing is, I think most of the youth don't have access to contraceptives, or maybe because of lack of money, or inaccessibility of the contraceptives. So lack of money to buy this contraceptive. So if you are sexually active and you don't have money to buy contraceptives, definitely you'll just have it flesh and flesh, So and when you're doing it flesh and flesh, or when you're counting maybe like safe days, it is like high chances are you will become pregnant. So like having no access to contraceptives, either because of accessibility or because of you don't have money, is a very big factor. Yes, it is.
That's true. Another reason that I think is contributing to the high rates is the family background. Maybe you are a teenager girl, and your background is not that well, and you find someone who is able to cater for your needs, for the things that you need. So obviously it's not giving you all of these things for just like he's helping.
Definitely. There are no free things. It's true.
Not free.
There are no free things.
When you end up maybe sleeping together, then you obviously become pregnant because maybe you are not even keen on the contraceptives. Maybe you saw that this guy is caring. Let me just.
I read a while back. I read that in a certain article that there are girls who get pregnant because they lacked money to go and buy sanitary towels. So they were looking for money for sanitary towels, and in the midst of that, they became pregnant. Because where they're going, maybe they as you say, they're coming from a poor background. Now they're going to look for money so that they can do what? They can protect themselves. Okay, not to stain maybe their clothes or something. But in the midst of that, they get trapped and they become pregnant. So poverty is a big factor. It is. And also like as in conjunction to that, you get some parents, they don't care. They've neglected their children, or they've neglected their girls. So like they don't want to like provide for them what you as a parent are supposed to provide. So if you're not providing, who do you think is going to provide whatever you're supposed to provide as a parent? So parents should take these things seriously.
Also parents, there are parents who provide, but they don't follow up on their kids. Sometimes you get a girl, she's provided for everything, she's expectant. So you find that it's the parent.
There's no supervision.
There's no supervision. You don't sit down with your daughter and you talk to her. You see, like that mother and daughter talk is very important. Not only even mother, even a father, if he's there, it's very important for you to talk to your kids. Because that advice she can take it home and she can listen to you.
It is very true. So another thing that I think, another reason why these cases are on the rise, I can say, is there's a rise also in use of drugs and substance abuse. Now, you know, when somebody is intoxicated, they are not, they don't like make the right judgment, because now you are overpowered by the intoxication. So like drug abuse is on the rise. So even teenage pregnancy is on the rise, because you will not make an informed choice. You know, when you are, for example, you've taken whatever drug young people take, so like you cannot think like, this person want me to have sex with them, so I have to use protection. And even at other times, it's not your wish. Maybe umekunywa sana, unabebwa juju, and then people go like abuse you sexually, and in the process you become pregnant. But in the first case, what made you, okay, what made them like maybe carry you or something? Because you're intoxicated. So drug and substance abuse also, it's a very big factor.
I also think that romantic relationships, they are pressured by sex in the name of, we are going to make our bond grow strong. It is a very big lie.
It is a lie. It is a but we're made to understand that when we have sex with our partners, that the bond is going to be stronger, you know. But also, maybe you're having this sex and you're not informed. You're not well informed, like, if I do this, I'll get pregnant. Or you haven't asked yourself, what if I become pregnant? What happens? You know, what happens? Is this person able to take care of you and the child? You see, maybe you're both in college, or at times you're in high school and the other person is in college. You know, definitely they're not able to take care of you. But I guess most young people, they don't ask themselves these questions. They don't. So like you get somebody because you're in a relationship, then you want to prove that, oh, I'm in a relationship, so let me just have sex and, you know, so that this person will not leave me. Yeah.
True. Because you feel like, if I don't give him this,
they're going to.
So
It's true.
The romantic relationship, which is pressured by sex. Not all of them are pressured by sex, but the ones that are pressured by sex, some of them may end up getting pregnant.
Yeah. And also, low self-esteem is a factor. Because, you know, when you don't value yourself, you will just do anything, you know. So for the others, because they have low self-esteem, they just think that maybe if I become like pregnant and I have this child, maybe I'll have a sense of purpose or something.
Also, I don't know if this applies everywhere, but in Kenya, when one is pregnant or when one is, you know, like 6 months, and maybe you cannot do a lot of activities, one is always treated well. Have you ever noticed? Like you're treated very well, especially when I have ever been around a mom who was just delivered. So, oh my goodness, the visitors that come, you know, the food that she eats, and maybe you are there with your low self-esteem and you see, wow, that person is getting a lot of attention.
So you want to get the attention too.
You might, the whole family is eating githeri, but she's eating something very. Let me tell you, for that time that I was with that mother, I felt like, wow, pregnant women are really taken care of. So if you're there and you're with your low self-esteem, you might be like, oh, let me also get pregnant so that I can get also their attention. So it really affects. The low self-esteem really affects.
So at this point, I want to thank you very much for being with us till this point. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly go and do subscribe. Also, hit that subscription button so that anytime that I upload a video, you'll be among the first people to be notified. So victorious. So, if I may ask, do you think that there's anything we've left out?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really.
So, okay, now, we've talked about reasons why teenage pregnancies are on the rise. So, in the second part of this, we're going to talk about the consequences of teenage pregnancy, because they have a lot of consequences. So, let's continue. So, let us continue with the consequences. Now, we've looked at why teenage pregnancies are on the rise, and now we want to look at the consequences of teen pregnancies, because they have a lot of consequences. So, Vicky, what is one of the consequences of teen pregnancy or teen motherhood? Yeah.
There can be birth complications.
Okay.
When the mother is delivering, there can be maybe the child might have a problem, like the weight of the child might not be the one that.
Yeah, the low birth weight. There's a low birth weight. Yeah.
Like premature.
Or they may deliver premature babies.
So there can be complications for the mother.
It's true, because they're not fully developed.
Yes.
So some of the organs maybe are not fully functional, so there might be a complication. Yeah. So that is one of it. It's true. It's very true that teens, when you're a teen mother, you're at a high risk of complications. So for me, I think another thing that this teen pregnancy comes with is, one, somebody is not able to achieve their goals and dreams. So they might drop out of school, because definitely when you get pregnant, you are discontinued. You cannot even if you go to school maybe up to when you're pregnant for 7 months, but there's a time that you'll be out of school definitely. And you find that most girls don't go back to school. Although the government has put in place plans that for these teenage mothers, even if you deliver, you're supposed to go back to school. But others just drop out of school. So in the midst of dropping out of school, they don't achieve their goals and dreams. Yeah.
True. I also think that this applies to the parents, to the teenage parents, that they have financial strain. Already someone who is employed can feel the heat of the economy. Even just the price of Pampers. You can already feel it, and you're employed and you have your salary.
What about that person who was not? Yeah, it's true.
It might be the financial strain can be there, and they might struggle to bring up that child. Okay. That is, if they both cooperate, they might struggle a lot, because you are just teenagers. Getting a job might be very tricky, and you for the mother, then you've just delivered. Maybe the guy who impregnated you is not willing to work together to cooperate, and so you have to even go to work maybe when you're not even fully healed. So there's a huge financial strain.
And also, getting pregnant when you're a teen, strains the relationship too. Because the other person is they don't have anything for themselves. And there's a child here who needs to be provided for. So the most of the times the relationship gets strained because of the pregnancy. And others, they just resort to just going without a say, because not that maybe because they wanted to, but because maybe they can't provide, and they're like, I better walk away, instead of us just being here and each and every time we just asking each other, where do we get the finance to bring up this child? So I also think that it brings about financial difficulties in relationships.
I also feel like the teenage pregnancy, another consequence they have is they are left out.
Or isolated,
When maybe you are let's say you're 16, around 16, you had your 16 friends, you had your teenage friends.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe these people are going for a camp. Maybe they are going for
they are bash somewhere. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Itabidi tu umeachwa.
Yeah, because you have to take care of the baby.
You know, I always say a baby is like a milked cow. Because a milked cow, let me tell you, even if you're in Nakuru and the cow is in Nairobi, you will come back to Nairobi and milk that cow.
Yeah.
Because if you don't milk it
itashinda ikilia.
So that is the same way a baby is. You have to be there, and you will not carry the baby and go with them. So you have to be there, so you will be left out. And now remember that you cannot also fit in with the mothers. You know, the matured mothers.
The mature mothers, yeah.
So you are left in between. And so this results into depression, anxiety, and stress.
Yeah.
Because you feel like now you are hated that way. Because let me tell you, these teens will not be that concerned
about you.
They have their lives to live.
It's true.
You know? So you will feel alone, and that develops into stress. Yeah.
So that one you said about when somebody has delivered, and also even before delivering, you know, because you know pregnancy comes with its fair share of challenges. So at times you're feeling nausea. At times you are throwing up. You know, at times you're full of saliva, and you cannot fit in. With the other youth, because it's like
at times you cannot even eat something. And
you can't because you eat, you throw up. You just feel like and then you're choosy,
And these people cannot understand.
And they cannot understand.
Yes,
definitely,
they cannot understand.
They cannot.
Yeah, because they have not been there. Yeah. So
and also, being a teen and you're pregnant. It also strains your relationship with your parents.
True.
Because definitely, if you are a teen, maybe you're in college or you are in high school, definitely your parents took you to school. And now that you have become pregnant, it becomes a very big deal. More so to the African parents, for example. It becomes a very big deal because your parent will be like, I took you to school to study.
I used my money.
To take you to school.
Money.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your parent, definitely, they will not take it lightly. So you'll have a very strained relationship with your parents. Yeah, that is for sure. There's no parent who just takes it so lightly ati nimekupeleka shule, alafu umepata mimba. Alafu they ni sawa tu. Nani atakwambia ni sawa tu?
Even before saying ni sawa tu, you will have felt the rejection. You will feel it before hata yeye mwenyewe aende aketi asemeni wacha tu nikubali because there's nothing that you will have felt the rejection.
So even alafu pia it comes with like you just feel kind of embarrassed. So hautaki kutoka hata nje. Or hata ukitoka nje unataka uvae oversized clothes so that maybe the neighbors are like they don't realize that you're pregnant. Because definitely when they realize you're pregnant, they'll talk about you, So there's that thing utapata hata wengine wanajifungia, by the way. Wengine wanajifungia kwa nyumba because so anaona haya like sitatembea na hii mimba. Unaona? So also that one, I guess for me it is still a consequence. Kwa sababu if it is not that pregnancy, so ungekuwa move freely. But now because you are pregnant, you want to wear oversized clothes, na uko na oversized clothes. Unataka ukae kwa nyumba ndio ulikuwa mtu wa kutembea. So to me inakulimit pia.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I also feel like the baby will not be properly brought up because you first of all even leave alone you don't have the experience. It's that you don't even have the skills
to raise a child.
You're not even mature enough to you're a child.
You're a child yourself.
So raising a child, you may see
it's an uphill task.
You may see that you're doing the best for the child,
but
and yet
in real sense you're not
at all. Especially hapo kwa meals. Unaweza una buy mtoto chakula mzuri and that you are not actually there is nothing that you're doing. So you don't have the skills. And so this child, when they are brought up, the way that they are brought up is not the same way as if you would have gotten them when you are already mature enough. So there is a gap when you are raising the child, and also it puts them at a risk of poverty. Because if you're struggling with your finances and the child, the child is growing day by day.
It is true.
So one day they will have to go to school, and yet you cannot provide for you and your child.
So definitely you will not give. There's a poverty cycle because you're not able to take them to school, or you're not able to take to provide for them fully. Sana sana kwa taking them maybe to school sababu hauna pesa. So it means that you yourself, if you are not able to go back to school and get yourself together and maybe have a career, so there's a very high chance that even your child will struggle because they will not have the best education. Maybe they just have the minimum ile tu ya serikali because it's for free, but hataweza kunini career yake because like you yourself you're struggling. How do you help this child? But it's true, utakuwa na hiyo cycle ya poverty like from your generation now iende kwa mtoto wako, and then it becomes a cycle. It's very true.
So I feel like poverty is a consequence because you're putting this child at a risk of poverty.
It is very true. So and for me, I also think that being a teenage mother, like it comes with a lot of expenses, so you will be thinking like, how am I going to provide for my child? How am I going to maybe to buy for him or her pampers? How am I going to do like 1, 2, 3? And teenage pregnancies, they have risen the single motherhood like ratio, because guys, they tend to like wanna so girls they wanachopo peke yao wakilea watoto, so single motherhood pia inaongezeka because of like teenage motherhood, kwa sababu utakuwa single kwa sababu wewe maybe alikuwa high school na yeye atafanya nini? So yeye amekutoka, ama alikuwa kule hana kazi amekutoka, so inabidi umekuwa single. Sawa. So hiyo ratio ya single mothers raising their own children inaongezeka.
Even hapo kwa kusumbua mzazi, at some point there are girls who take those kids back to their parents, and this becomes a burden to the mother because utapata msee ulipelekea mama yako mtoto na you're not providing.
So ni mama yako alikulea, so na yeye afikirie tena ale mtoto wako. And maybe your mom is aged. Labda tena hiyo nguvu. Na sasa umeshampeleka mtoto na haizi mkata. So inabidi afanye nini? It's true.
So the baby will not even have the mother affection. And kwanza kama provide, it becomes even worse.
So how are you going to provide kwanza na you are a teen? Kwanza tuseme teen, hata kama tuseme umeenda sana, si labda uko college. For example, this is German college. So uta provide that auntie. Unaona inakuwa ngumu. Inakuwa ngumu sana. So until this point, thank you very much, and if you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly do. And hit that subscription button so that anytime we upload a video, you are among the first people to be notified. At this point, I think we've exhausted kinda the points that we had, the consequences, and also for the reasons why teenage pregnancies are on the rise. So thank you very much for keeping us company, and each and every time that we upload a video, make sure that you hit that subscription button so that you may know. So until next time,